and I am currently an undergraduate student here at the University of Michigan. I am pursuing a degree in computer science. Today I will be demonstrating a walkthrough of A2B Bikeshare's iPhone user application that I created. A2B Bikeshare is a startup company in Ann Arbor setting out to revolutionize the way bike sharing systems are implemented and adopted throughout the United States. To learn more about their product and their services, please check out www.a2bbikeshare.com. So as you can see, this is the main screen of my iPhone application. There are three main buttons: find a bike, learn more, and log in. So if a user has no idea how to use our bike sharing system and they're new to everything and they also want to learn how to leverage the iPhone app, they can click on learn more. So let's click on that. So the first screen, I explain users, I kind of educate them on how to rent a bike and how to find one. If we click next, I educate users on what the riding experience will be like, what kind of features they can expect to have at their disposal. Next, I explain to users how they can return a bike and what that process is. And finally, I encourage users to join and explain to them how they can sign up and create an account and membership plan. I provide them with a sign up button on the bottom, so let's go ahead and click that. What this does is it will launch Safari and take users to the A2B Bikeshare website where they can create a new account and sign up for a membership plan. The simulator is kind of slow, but you guys get the idea. Let's click on it again. There we go. And that's the sign up portal. Now let's go back to the main screen. Now let's say a user wants to find a bike. He can click on find a bike, and this brings us to the A2B community screen. On this screen, I bring up a drop-down menu list of all the bike sharing communities and systems. Currently, the only system we have is the Capital Community Bike Share, which encompasses the Lansing and Ann Arbor cities of Michigan. So let's go ahead and click on this. After clicking on this, I bring up a map view for the users centered at their current location. Their current location is the oscillating blue dot, and around the blue dot are pins. Each pin represents a bike station. So red pins are bike stations that are empty and have no bike racks. Yellow pins are bike stations that are nearing empty, and green pins are bike stations that have a lot of bike racks. So let's click on one of these. So I display the name. So at the bottom of the screen, you can see three buttons: find nearest rack, find your address, and list all locations. Find nearest rack will route a user from his current location to the closest bike station that is not empty. So currently all the bike stations around the user are empty. So the only bike stations that have bike racks are in Ann Arbor. So let's go ahead and check. Let's go ahead and click that button. So as you can see, this drops pins from the user's current location and the destination, the bike station destination, and this will route the user there. There we go. Okay. Now if we click on find your address, this allows users to enter a custom starting address. So let's say I was arriving in Detroit later today, and I wanted to find the closest bike station from Detroit International Airport. What I could do is enter in Detroit International Airport, typo here. Click search, and this will route the user from Detroit's. There we go. Okay, cool. Finally, the last button is list all locations. So what this button does is it displays all the bike stations in the bike sharing system that the user selected. So let's go ahead and click OK. So as you can see, I display each bike sharing system's name, how many bikes are available at that bike station. Sorry, I display each bike station's name, how many bikes are available at that bike station, how far away it is from the user, and I show a little icon indicating whether the bike station is full or empty. Currently, there's only one bike station that has bikes, and that is Ansgar. It's 50.81 miles away. So if we click on one of these stations, I route the user from his current location to the station that he clicked. So you guys get the idea, but the map might take some time to load. Okay, there it is. Cool. Alright. Let's click done, back. Now let's go to the login screen. If a user has signed up for an account, he can choose to log in. So let's enter in the test account credentials and sign in. And this will bring us to the user homepage. So as you can see at the top, there are three buttons. There's a sign out button and there's a refresh button. I also had refresh buttons on the map screen and the other screens that were displaying dynamic data or data that's pulled from my database. So the first section is my racks. So this section displays the most recent bike racks the users visited, and it also displays some information on how many bikes are available at that bike rack or bike station. So in this section we also have a map icon. This allows users to click on it and it brings up the map screen. So they can access the map screen from their home page. And the user stays logged in until he signs out. The next section is my stats. This section displays some cool stats that we track and calculate, such as miles ridden, trips taken, pounds of CO2 they've saved from riding bikes and not driving cars, and also how many calories they've burned. If you want to, get some more accurate statistics or display more, all you have to do is click on the pencil icon, and this brings us to an edit profile form. And let me just update something. For example, let's update my first name from Squirtle to my name. Done. Save, just to demonstrate the functionality. And now the screen gets updated. Let's just do a refresh and see if there's anything else. Okay. Alright, so also don't worry about the long number strings. All the numbers will be a nice big font, and long strings such as these will be truncated. Right now the database is returning some long strings because we're running some tests in the back end. Okay, so now let's the last section is my trips, and what this does is it allows users to check out their transaction history, how much they've paid for each trip, and what date, and so on and so forth. So let's click on this icon. This brings up a transaction history page. As you can see, I display the start time, end time, the start date, end date, what bike station they started at, and what bike station they ended at, meaning what bike station they checked in the bike at. And I also display how much that trip costed. So this is the A2B iPhone user application. It's the version 1 that I developed. In the future, we'll be adding more features and expanding upon some of the core or some of the user recommended features that we get after conducting some customer and user discovery. I hope you guys enjoyed the project and the product. Thank you.